First off, this isn't clickbait. This was a mugshot of Jahlil. It was a weapons charge some time ago. It has nothing to do with the current event that is going on. And I'm not going to hold you guys. I'll try to be as quick as I can throughout this video. But I do want to address an incident concerning yesterday. So there was a commenter, and I'm going to assume that he's male. He said, quote, "Guilty or innocent, you made terrible points. The mom can, for sure, have been doing this while at work. A 10-year-old ain't texting like this, no matter what generation this is. Why are black men always presumed guilty until proven innocent? If he is innocent, I hope he sues all of y'all," end quote. So, first of all, I have no ends. And I did respond, quote, "Wrong channel. I haven't presumed anything about a black man or any specific race," end quote. Now, I did also say in that video, allegedly twice, because I don't know these people. I have nothing to do with these people. I don't know what's going on. But I know that this man right here, he used the word "for sure." Now, Jahlil used that throughout his texts several different times. So either they're from the same area. I even asked him, was this like a Newark slang? I'm assuming he's from Newark because they use the same kind of words. So I just wanted to know. Maybe I feel like they know each other. Or, they lead similar lifestyles. That's what I believe, okay? But I know that this is social media and people can assume what they like. Now, Jahlil can be exonerated and everything could be false and proven that it was false. And there will still be people out there that feel that he is guilty and there is nothing that you can do about it at all. Now, I'm about to go to Texas real quick to get to Atlanta. So I'm going to bring up the George Zimmerman situation. A lot of people feel that he is guilty. I was one of them. Trayvon whipped his ass and he killed him, but he's free. And a white man shot Zimmerman during a road rage incident. His name is Matthew Apperson, and tried to kill Zimmerman. Unfortunately, he's still alive. Zimmerman is still alive. Right down to him autographing photos of Trayvon dead to earn money. And again, I still feel that George Zimmerman is very much guilty. And I don't think that he should be alive, or I think that he should be in jail. That's how I feel. And other people may disagree with me. And there are people that know that Jarvis Butts is very much guilty and that he did all that shit because we know that he was in jail for that shit. He served a lengthy amount of time for that shit. But people are still on his side today. A lot of women are still on his side. So it is what it is, right? So I would never get upset over someone's opinion about a topic. Sometimes you just have to agree to disagree. But what got me is not only did I'm talking about the commenter, not only did he assume that the mother was texting, he already took a side. So he contradicted me as I was taking her side off top, and I wasn't. I was just simply doing a video. But he already assumed that the mother was texting. And the kicker is he also feels like a 10-year-old cannot use the word appropriate. So that's why he feels that the mother was texting us. Because he says in no generation, not just this generation, my generation, my mother's generation, nobody has ever, no 10-year-old, no 9, 10-year-old has ever used the word appropriate. And that saddened me because they do. We do. We have. Appropriate is not a difficult word. So if a 10-year-old doesn't know what appropriate means or can't use it in a sentence, something may be really lacking in the educational system. And again, real quick to Texas, to Atlanta, real quick. With the Trump administration laying off over, 1,300 teachers that have already lost their job because they're trying to, clear up the educational system, quote, a significant step toward restoring the greatness of the United States educational system, end quote. That was said by Linda McMahon. Yeah, Linda McMahon. You old school people know exactly McMahon, okay? So people believing that a 10-year-old doesn't know that word, then we really have a fucked up educational system here in this nation. We really do. We really do. So now back to the newer controversy, okay? So everyone heard or read, that nasty ass text message about Jahlil allegedly, okay, sending to this young girl. And I missed an entire text. So in case you missed it, did you ever get head before? That's what he says. She says, why? He says, just asking. She says, no, because I don't like boys. He says getting head is something girls and boys do. It's just when a tongue is going up and down your vagina. Wow. Let me just move on. She says, oh. He says, I'm not trying to get you to like boys. I'm just trying to give you some head. So you know what it feels like when it's just my tongue licking your stuff. Do you want to try? I won't tell anyone if you don't tell anyone. If you don't like it, I'll stop. So there were no more text messages I can find or even want to find, but that was the full text message that he said. But when I found this story, it was around 3 o'clock in the morning. My ass should have been asleep. And, I skipped over some stuff. So that was pretty much the full text messages. So again, Jahlil and Teairra have been together for 5 years. They lived together. And he was like a father to this young girl in question. She saved his name in her phone as Daddy. And I know she already has a father. I don't know how active this man is in her life. And they were texting about a situation about her watching porn. And a lot of people were like, why is she watching porn? And I believe I addressed that in my first video. But if I didn't, I will address it now. People were acting like her at 10 years old watching porn was just too much to handle. And honestly, if I was a 10-year-old girl in this generation right now, and I had a phone and I could watch porn, I probably definitely would be doing it. I really would. I'm not going to even front. I probably would, because back in the day, and I even brought this up to several of my friends, we looked at the dirty magazines, the Penthouse, the Playboy, the Hustler. We looked at those magazines every chance we got. We found them I found mine at my grandfather's house in the closet. Several of my uncles, when I went to visit them, they always had it. You could always find it in their bedrooms. So we always found it. I remember looking at these with my friends, my little brother, and a lot of my cousins when I went down south to visit them. I remember we would find these magazines and looked at them. So it was no big deal. So hopefully when Teairra found out her daughter was viewing these dirty movies, she discussed it with her daughter and told her that these are adult situations that children should not be watching. Hopefully she did. And in those texts, the little girl said, I don't look at those nasty movies anymore. So hopefully she was true with what she said, and Jahlil, if that was him, he used that situation. That's why it just looked legit to me. He used that situation in trying to entice her to do some things with him. Like, just go ahead. Like when he got annoyed that the little girl wouldn't say, okay, you can come, we'll try. He got annoyed. So just go ahead and look at your nasty movies. Does mommy know you're looking at them? That's why I feel he was pretty much behind these texts. I do. And this is social media, and this is my opinion. And people can disagree with me. I don't care. It's just that I'm going to kind of stick up for the generation when you say that they don't know what appropriate is when they're 9, 10. I think that's just crazy. I really do. And Jahlil cannot spell vagina. So I think that's a little crazy too. Now, my situation is, did Teairra call the police? There was a whole bunch of back and forth texting about how no one has anyone and about how family, Jahlil's family was intervening and was saying stuff that was really wild and out of control. And sometimes families do get like that. We all been in situations like that or know about situations like that. So a lot was going on, but did she call the police? Now, in one of those texts, I did see that she said she was going to call the police or somebody called the police. Hopefully, the police was called. If this is all true and this happened to a baby girl, even though nothing that we know physically happened to the baby girl, but this was alluding for something to happen, This was premeditated. He was trying to get some things going on, where this might have ended up as a Naziah Jarvis Butt situation. Who knows? So she should have called the police and talked to him about this. This was a lot electronically grooming. That's what it was. Just steps away. Your baby girl was just steps away. So if this is true, she should have called. Now, to flip the script for a little bit, if this was not true, Jahlil, to my knowledge, he has a tattoo business going on. I don't know if he has his own shop, if people just swing by, where he lives at and they get the tats done there. I don't know. But like he said, you're defaming my name. So if this is not true and he did not do anything, well, he should be calling the police. He should be following suit with, making her do a public apology. That can actually happen. If he takes it further enough into court, she will have to go out there and apologize and admit she lied about everything so he could build himself back up, his name back up, his tattoo business. I think he wants to be a rapper. I saw some mess where he was rapping. So, yeah, if it's not true, he needs to do that. So regardless of what the situation is, somebody should be pressing charges on somebody. And social media, especially Facebook, because that's where we've seen these posts. They say that she took down the post and she didn't know it was going to go viral. And, now she took it down because she was lying. That doesn't necessarily mean she was lying. Maybe the police said you need to take that down and we need to handle it. And maybe that's why she did. I'm just assuming once again. But yeah, everybody grabbed a hold of these messages and everything, so maybe the police said, again, I don't know. But again, one of these people should be pressing charges on the other, whether or not it's true or whether or not it's false. Somebody should be standing on business concerning this. Someone also said that Teairra has done this to her child's father. Now, I don't know how many kids she has. I don't even know if she has kids by dude. I don't know. I know that he ended up losing a child. I remember I said that in the first video, tragically, self-inflicted gunshot wound. It was by accident, so I don't know if they share kids together. I would have thought it would have said something in the text that they did. I don't know. But and I think she does have other kids prior to this one. But again, I'm not really clear. I'm just looking through texts. But I see there's other children that be pictured with them. But again, this might be his kids from other situations. I don't know. But if this did happen with, another man, maybe one day he might step forward if he hasn't. Or maybe he just doesn't want to be involved at all. But when someone said that, another person said, oh, you're just protecting this pedo. So you just don't know. I don't know these people, so I have no idea what's going on. But I do know one thing. Somebody needs to be calling the police if it's true. If it's not true, he needs to be protecting his name and his businesses, and he needs to have his name cleared. So all in all, somebody needs to be something, and unfortunately, law enforcement has to be a part of it. So mothers and fathers out there, even grandparents, guardians, whoever who are raising these young people, randomly check these children's phones, randomly at any given moment. Hey, let me see your phone. Any given moment, check it. It's very important that you do this because we want to make sure that things are not going on that shouldn't be going on. And more importantly, if there is a 9-year-old up, okay, 9 years, 10 years up, a little girl or a little boy, ask them. They don't even have to know how to spell it, but just ask them what appropriate means. And tell them to use